Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Right on, right on. My name's Cutter McIntyre, and welcome to the 23rd Annual Adopt a Beach Spring Cleanup. It is my honor right now, if we can get him up here, to introduce Patrick Doyle, Galveston County Commissioner. Patrick Doyle.
Good morning. What a great chamber day, correct? I want to welcome everybody here on behalf of Galveston County, Judge Jim Yarborough and myself, County Commissioner's Court. Welcome y'all out to the 23rd Annual Adopt a Beach program. We appreciate y'all coming over. Obviously, y'all know what we've been through over the past 7 months here, and we couldn't do it without the fine support of people just like yourselves that come here and help us in the community. So thank y'all for coming. My job here, I have the distinguished pleasure of introducing Jerry Patterson, our GLO rep here. Commissioner Jerry Patterson, if you could please come up. I want to give a plug for Ann Willis and the Chamber of Commerce. Oh, he's already here. I want to give a quick plug for Jerry. Jerry has worked great with Galveston County, long-term and in the short term with us in the recovery effort. We couldn't have done it without him, and I really appreciate all his help. Ann Willis from the Chamber here has graciously given y'all a Bring Back Bolivar cap. So I want to present that to Jerry, President Bush, and my man, James Baker. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks. All right, thank you, Commissioner Doyle. I got to tell you, Galveston County in this precinct is well represented by Commissioner Doyle. I mean, we've been through some tough times in the last several months, but I can tell you that things are getting better, no doubt about it. And Judge Yarborough as well. Galveston County has done a tremendous job. Thank you for being here. Another Spring Adopt a Beach Cleanup, the number 23 since 1986, when one of my predecessors in the land office, Commissioner Gary Morrow, started this program. Whenever I talk to Gary, I say, Gary, this is your legacy, and it's not a bad legacy to have. We hope we've improved it on the years, made it bigger and more effective. And today, from Boca Chica, down there where the Rio Grande goes into the Gulf of Mexico, to Sabine Pass, where the Sabine River goes into the Gulf of Mexico, there's 8,000 volunteers picking up trash on Texas beaches. Today's a little unique, though. We have always in the past just cleaned up the beaches. But today we're doing something a little different. We're moving back inland. We're going to pick up on streets. We're going to pick up on lots. We're going to do a lot of things that we've never done before. And because there are some beaches that are dirty, but the land office and the county of Galveston have already been cleaning up, there's still trash on the beach, but there's other places that we go to as well, and you've already found that out when you checked in. Since this started in 1986, there have been a total of 375,000 volunteers have picked up 7,100 tons of trash on Texas beaches. And that's a great number and a great legacy. None of this would be possible were it not for the sponsors who donate their time, their facilities, their equipment, and their money to make it happen. And the Bush-Clinton Coastal Recovery Fund, President Bush, Secretary Baker here, and you'll be hearing from them a little bit as well, they are a sponsor. The Points of Light Institute is another one of our sponsors. Our lead cleanup corporate sponsor is, could you guess, looking around? All right. How did I know that? It wasn't in my notes. How did I remember that? Okay, now you're looking out there at Shell. We also have, and Marvin Odom will be saying a few words here in a minute with Shell, the Newfield Foundation, HNTB, which is one of our cleanup contractors. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You're good to work with and trying to make this back what it was and recover here on the Texas coast. Meritech Resources, Axo Nobel Surface Chemistry LLC, Johnson Controls, Halliburton, Beaumont Coca-Cola, Flint Hills Resources, SP Consultants, McCoy's, Granger, David Self Ford, Galveston County, and the Texas Department of Transportation.
Johnson Space Center! Woo!
Yep. Yes, absolutely. Johnson Space Center, there you go. Thank you for being here. This is a little earthbound for you, but we're proud you're here. We also have some media sponsors in Houston, Channel 45, Univision Telefutura, Clear Channel Radio, and Guidry Online Services. Where's Jim Guidry? Raise your hand there. There he is right there. The man with the hat and the man with the plan. I'd like to introduce our lead corporate sponsor, represented by Marvin Odom. And, of course, everybody in the yellow shirt sure has to give a good welcome for Marvin. You know, he's your boss here, so don't forget that, Marvin Odom.
Thanks, Commissioner Patterson, and good morning, everyone, and what a beautiful morning it is. You know, for years, Shell and Motiva have supported the Texas Adopt a Beach program to help clean the beaches along our Texas Gulf Coast. Now, Commissioner Patterson, we really appreciate what you and your team have done hosting this program every spring and every fall. But today is special because it shows just how many people will turn out to help our neighbors. And on behalf of the people of a number of corporations, I've talked to a few of you this morning, people from Shell, El Paso, Marathon, Apache, and many, many others, as we've just heard. And also for those that are represented on the Bush-Clinton Coastal Recovery Fund, we want to thank President Bush, President Clinton, Secretary Baker for all they're doing. We want to thank them for all they're doing to support the communities that have been affected by Hurricane Ike. Now, every dollar raised is a dollar to help our coastal communities, repair libraries, rebuild schools, and restore a sense of normalcy. So if you'd like to help even further, you can see the website listed here on the banner on the side, so please feel free to tie in and see what else you can do to help out. Now, to the volunteers that are here this morning, especially Volunteer Houston, your presence speaks volumes to the residents of this area. Over the next few hours, we're going to help remove debris that has been in the way, both physically and emotionally, since Hurricane Ike. So again, just thank you so much for being here, all the groups that are represented, for helping your neighbors. Thank you.
Thanks, Marvin. Appreciate those words. I'm going to make mention of someone else, and who's a very special person. You know, I'm the head of an agency. I get elected in the state of Texas. I got about 600 employees. We do a good job, and I get the credit. What a country. I don't have to do any work. I just get the credit. But there's a person that is the Miss Adopt a Beach for the Texas General Land Office, who I think has been up since 2 a.m. last year trying to put this together. And she's not very tall, so there she is, Renee Tuggle. Renee, would you run up here and just wave to the crowd? She's been running this program since I've been commissioner, and it gets better every year. Okay, I'm going to make an introduction to a gentleman that does, I don't know if you can even say gentleman. He's a former president of, I don't know, what do you say? I'm not very good at protocol. I'm a Texas Aggie, so I don't, you know, all right. I generally just point and grunt when I communicate, but, and this, of course, President Bush is giving his time to help Texas, to help the United States, and we're honored to have him with us, and he and I share something in common. We both at one time wore wings of gold as a naval aviator. The difference is, I have an exact ratio of takeoffs and landing of 1 to 1. The president is short one landing. Help me welcome American hero, President Bush.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Commissioner. It's a joy to be out here, looking at all the points of light, and I'm very pleased to be part of this today. Help our fellow citizens in Texas continue writing one of the truly great comeback stories. In Texas, we may be down on the mat, but we're never out for the count. And Bolivar will come back. Galveston and other communities will come back. And mark my words, they will be better than before, with thanks to the help of you and many others. So I want to thank Commissioner Patterson for and his team, all his team from the General Land Office for their work every year to put on this terrific Adopt a Beach event. Whether we have a hurricane every year or not, our Texas beaches and coastline are a precious resource for our state and all of our people in the state. So I salute the Land Office's long-standing commitment to this worthwhile project. Now, of course, speaking for my partner, President Clinton, our little Bush-Clinton Coastal Recovery Fund is pleased to partner with the Adopt a Beach program to help our coastal communities recover from last fall's storms. The waves and winds have come and gone, but as anyone who comes here can see for themselves, our fellow Texans still need our help. And I might add, in the true Texas spirit, no one that I have talked to is looking for a handout, just a hand up, just get back on their feet. And that's exactly what this day is all about. I salute each and every one of you for getting up early on a Saturday and taking the time out of your weekend to help this great cause. I salute our corporate citizens, particularly today, Shell and their wonderful leader, Marvin Odom, for his ongoing support and for your Shell's leadership, and not just this project, but so many other efforts that we call being one of 1,000 points of light. I salute the Points of Light Institute and Volunteer Houston for their leadership in helping to recruit so many of you to be here today. I hope it doesn't sound too kind of family-wise, but I'd like to salute our son Neil, who is very active in the Points of Light Foundation, and he's with us today. So if a guy comes up to you with a camera and asks for your views, don't worry about it. He's just our son, wants to do his job. He's not about to shoot your curveball. So, and I'm very proud. There he is, right here with his camera. And I salute our special friends. This isn't just a domestic operation. We have 20 people from the Chinese consulate from China over here somewhere. They're helping on this. The Deputy Consul General Ubaran is here, and we're very pleased for that. And so, when you get right down to it, looking out at this 1,000+ points of light, I can't think of a better way to celebrate National Volunteer Week. And I know my partner in this endeavor, President Clinton, feels the same way. I'm especially grateful, well, I'll get to that in a minute, to Jim Baker. So thanks for showing that the Points of Light spirit is alive and well. And now it is my privilege to introduce a dear friend for over 50 years, a great Texan, a great patriot, a servant of this country, and a pretty darn good tennis partner we had years ago when I could walk without falling off, you know what. And the man who is doing the real heavy lifting to keep the Bush-Clinton Fund, Recovery Fund plugging forward, Jim Baker.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, President Bush and Commissioner Patterson. Thank you, Marvin Odom and Tillman Fertitta, for convincing so many people to be out here today for such a good cause. And isn't it wonderful, ladies and gentlemen, that a former president who has so many things he has to do would spend his time working on projects like this. You know, I was born and reared in Texas, born in Houston, lived my entire life here, and where else but Texas could you get so many people to a beach like this without offering free beer? But I think President Bush probably said it best: when a neighbor needs a helping hand, Texans provide it, and they provide it with no questions asked. Now, I wasn't asked to come here today for simply no reason. The truth of the matter is I have a pitch to make to you, so I may as well make it. President Bush and Marvin Odom have both mentioned the fact that we have a recovery fund, the Bush-Clinton Recovery Fund, that was established to help rebuild the infrastructure that was destroyed last year by both Hurricanes Ike and Hurricane Gustav. Those hurricanes, ladies and gentlemen, Ike particularly, the third most destructive hurricane in the history of the United States of America. The two of them together created $47 billion in loss and damage, with the focus here between Galveston, Texas and Cameron, Louisiana. We have visited several of the sites that were badly damaged. We found the citizens there to be down, but far, far away from being out. They're bouncing back, but they still need assistance, and they particularly need assistance with their libraries and fire stations and parks and other amenities, the things that make a community. They need assistance with their infrastructure, and that's what the Bush-Clinton Coastal Recovery Fund intends to provide. So if you can find it in your hearts and of course in your pocketbook, to add a financial contribution to the physical one you're making today. I know that the victims of these hurricanes would greatly appreciate it, and the money that you contribute would be put to very, very good use. As Marvin Odom said, the website that you can send contributions to is noted right over there on that Bush Clinton Recovery Fund sign. We thank you so much for being here and doing what you're doing today. We appreciate it very much. God bless you all.
Thank you, Secretary Baker. You know, one thing wasn't mentioned about Secretary Baker. He and I also share a common background. We're both former Marines. And you know what they say, you can always tell a Marine, but you can't tell him much, right, sir? Okay, we're going to kick this off. All these folks are going to come up here, and we're going to simultaneously speak the mantra of the GLO Adopt a Beach cleanup, and that's going to be all together. We're going to say, y'all come on up. We're going to say, let's go clean the beach. Come on. All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's go clean the beach. All right.